Welcome to Moonlight Madness, and today we're doing a reading for air sign, Sun, Moon and Rising, which is basically Gemini, Libra and Aquarium. The first card I've pulled is the Princess of Swords, which is basically you. You come up in your own reading. Now, the Princess of Swords is represented by Gemini, so you may also have Gemini in your chart. It's an air element, and the crystal for this is kyanite. They're very determined, very driven people, quick-witted, but sometimes they don't see the woods from the trees because they, like, there's another picture of it in another book that belongs to this deck by Doreen Virtue and Bradley Valentine, and it's of this, I guess it was a polar bear, and he's on a ski, and he's not looking where he's going. He's almost going to crash into the trees. So sometimes you're not looking where you're going. It's just that they can be truthful, realistic, undiplomatic, and they may be an indigo or adult or child. So they are very driven. They're pretty much activists as well. And it's talking about that they go at high speed, but they have a lack of control and patience and move too fast for anyone to keep up with them. They can be prone to anxiety and find it difficult to relax and to rest. No more sitting around. It's time to be assertive and go for what you want. Get focused and determined about all your goals. Charge forth towards your dreams and purpose. Speak your truth and communicate your needs and wants. If you feel things are moving too fast for you, you can be a message to slow down, slow your roll. Yeah. So you want to move towards your dreams and goals. What is the danger in going too hard, too fast? Practice long sleep, deep breathing to keep your energy clear and high. My son brought back a little roller ball, which I'll show, which came from New Zealand, a lavender farm, and it's the best thing he ever gave me because I have anxiety as well, and I have Gemini in my natal chart. So that's what I use. It's called Wanaka Lavender Farm, and it's got crystals, which has got the amethyst in there as well as citrine. So that's my personal favourite that he gave me. Jasmine's also good too for stress as well. I just sniff that in a classroom. Jasmine. So that's that first card. What I've got on top of the Princess of Swords is the amethyst crystal, because that's meant to relieve stress and anxiety. Amethyst is the best stone to wear if you have jewelry. If you're a female or a male, I would get some amethyst crystals around you, or you can carry them in your bag. Sometimes you can get small pieces like that. The next card I've got is the Six of Pentacles. It's talking about volunteering or an unexpected inflow of money, borrowing wisely or repaying a debt. So maybe you've had a few debts that you've had to try and clear up, and now that that's cleared up, you've got more money to play with. So the Six is also about giving back, volunteering, and it's represented by Taurus. Giving, receiving with charity, generosity, sharing the wealth with kindness, prosperity. Yeah. Then it says here, be generous and do some good with the resources you have. Share what you have with others and with an open heart. If you're on the other end of the scale right now, open yourself up to receiving from others. Don't be too proud to take a handout, and let people help and support you when you need it. The scales will tip again, and you will have more time to give back to others in the future. So if you give back by, volunteering at a charity centre, or maybe buying something second hand from Lifeline or Samaritans. How can I share my wealth in ways that make a positive difference? What can I be open to receiving? I give with an open heart. I gratefully receive the blessings offered to me. Yeah, so that's a good card to pull. Then the next card I've got underneath is the Unity card. This usually means tradition. The Hierophant is what that is. Unity is on this card, but it means the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is to do the right thing for the right reason. Compare traditional ways versus to see what works for you. You might be part of a spiritually minded community. So when I worked for Lifeline, I would call that being part of a spiritually minded community, and I really enjoyed doing that. That was in my past when I couldn't work, when I was unwell and not able to work. But I thought if I could just do something where I'm giving back, then at least I feel like I'm making something positive. And it's like they consider it like working for unemployed payment. The next card I've got is the Seven of Cups. This is no more procrastinating. This is the recent past. Your power comes from making a decision. Confusion that arises from overanalyzing the options. So he's got like 7 different colours there of the rainbow, which means 7 opportunities. So in 7 months' time, 7 months ago, you had 7 opportunities to try and pick from as far as work goes, life, study, things like that. And the 6th of autumn that we had crossing your path, this is now crossing your path, is in 6 years' time. You'll have to work towards something where you're giving back to helping others. But it's saying here, it's like fairy dust. If you try to grab the wrong one or the right one too soon, it'll just disappear in your hand. It's like fairy dust. So it's saying to make sure you make the right choice, whether you're going to focus on your career, whether you're focusing on study, whether you're focusing on work-life balance, doing your where you focusing on your money, but focusing on your home. You've got lots of different things that pull your focus. You've got to figure out just one. In the makeup community, when I used to work in makeup, we used to always say, what is your main concern? Not like 5 concerns, like is it pigmentation, is it fine lines, is it dark circles? It's the main concern. So it's saying check out your main concern and then focus on that before you go ahead and try to stab at everything all at once, because it won't work. It's also represented by Pisces, water, and it's chamomile. Is good for calming people down. Chamomile tea is fantastic. I have it all the time. So it's whether you are, knowing about a pile of jewels, a wreath, a dragon, which is power. In the very centre is a mysterious shrouded figure called the unknown. So you've got to figure out that sometimes you don't always have all the answers. A choice needs to be made. Pause and consider what you really want and what is the true cost of it. Are you choosing what your heart and soul want, or are you choosing what you think you've been told will make you happy? People can have well-meaning advice, but it's up to you whether to follow it. Consider things carefully and avoid making a hasty choice. Choose from your heart, not your ego. What does my ego want? What does my heart and soul want? I trust myself to choose the right path. I trust I will always be guided to make the right decisions. So it says pull a card on each option. There's 7 options that is available to you. So that's what you can do with that. Now, the next one I've got is Temperance. Temperance is represented by Sagittarius energy. There's Temperance. Normally the picture is a chariot, and he's trying to steer the chariot. He's trying to steer between the balance between negative and positive emotions. So that's the chariot, which is Temperance, and it's 7. Yeah, and it's a chariot. It's movement forward, drive, self-control, willpower, victory, success, trials, taking the reins, clear direction. And it's saying to use a carnelian. It's saying in this book that it's representing Cancer, but actually no. The chariot to me is always Sagittarian. But you may have Cancer in your chart as well as Sagittarius in your chart. That's a possibility. There may be a talk of going on another holiday overseas, and it's saying, things will move ahead. Obstacles will be overcome. It's saying strength, determination, drive will get you where you want to go. Plan for the journey, get clear on your direction, and get your mind and intention aligned and into balance and harmony for a fast and easy journey. The road ahead is open. Wherever you are travelling by land, sea, air, or taking an inner spiritual journey, you will reach your destination. Stay in your power, stay in the driver's seat, and stay aligned with your goal. Am I going in the right direction? How can I develop the willpower I need to steer my own chariot? All roads are open and clear. I move forward now towards victory and success. It's telling you to draw a black wing with eyeliner pencil or a pencil on the right shoe, and a white wing, which is liquid paper, on your left shoe to balance the negative and the positive energy. Okay, then we have the Princess of Cups, which is Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces energy. It feels so long since I've done readings. I've just had a lot going on, and haven't had personal reasons. I've just kept away from the cards, kept away from filming, because I've tried to get lots of things in order, and people going overseas and coming back, and then had problems with where I lived, and then there was a whole host of things that went down. The graduation of my son, so all those snowballed to being very overwhelmed. That's why it's taken a while to get back into it. I saw him yesterday. He's doing really well now. He's glad he's graduated. He's now a psychology major. He's graduated as a Bachelor of Psychology. I'm very proud. Now he's coming up in my reading in the future as someone who's, he's very gentle, he's very sensitive, he's kind, he's inexperienced. He's like very romantic. He probably likes to read poetry to you while staring deeply into your eyes. He or she, could be for both, male or female, they like to read poetry and stare into your eyes, and they might bring you flowers, and they might treat you to evenings out and dinners. They may like to sit in a garden, to sit by themselves to contemplate things. They are very, very emotional, and it talks about, of course they're emotional, you have to be careful. They they are a bit flirtatious. They like to flirt, and so this particular, we'll say prince or princess, likes to share his dandelion, if that makes sense, without being crude. So it's saying here just to be, he's just a bit. They are just a bit of a flirt that's around you. They're very flirtatious, but their heart is made of glass. So be careful what you say. Handle with care. And so that's an inexperience. A new relationship is coming. A compassionate friend, or someone you can share your emotions or concerns with. It could be just a friend. It might be a male friend or a female friend that's around you that's very sensitive as well. You have to be careful what you say to them. So the Princess of Cups, I'm just going to see, I'm pretty sure it says Pisces energy in this book. This is different. The actual book to this deck says different things. I was just reading out from memory from that little book that came with it about the sitting in the garden, being very romantic and flirtatious, and writing poetry and drawing as well. So we've got, where are we? Princess of Cups. Yeah. This represents Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. That's not saying specifically which one. And very creative and expressive, maybe a little quirky. Is guided by their emotions and is very generous and loving and heart-centered. This shadow aspects includes becoming moody and self-defeating. They can be moody. They judge themselves too harshly, feeling their creative work is no good. Maybe they compare themselves with a parent that is also, it draws and is an artist or an illustrator. And they sometimes withdraw into their own world. Embrace your uniqueness and shine your light in the way only you can. Follow your creative passions and express the truth of who you truly are through creative projects and the way you live your life. Share your unique perspective with others, and don't be afraid to be yourself and show the world the real you. It's a fantastic time to learn a new creative skill or embrace a different artistic hobby. And in reference to creativity, I forgot to mention, with the carnelian, that also is a fire crystal, and it talks about being more creative. So maybe you're doing something creative like building. My brother is actually helping to build my mum's kitchen, and you put it together, it's like a kitchen. He's had to put it together like a jigsaw puzzle, but he's really good at it, and it's a creative outlet for him, and he likes it. It helps him relax and focus his mind on something else other than family and kids and work. He's got a creative outlet, and I think it's unmodest for him. So it says here, share your unique perspective, keep doing your creative things. And it says, in what ways do I dim my light to fit in or hide my light? How can I express the truth of who I am more fully? I am creative, I am unique and interesting and wonderful. Dress to express yourself. Yeah, so wear some colours, that's what it's saying. Don't be boring, don't wear black all the time, do something colourful. 8 of Cups is in 8 months' time, you may be moving. Peace sign. Yeah, you'll be moving away. The desire for a meaningful life, realising it's time to move on and choosing to make a major life change. You may decide to move out of your home, out of your current postcode, like you could be moving from an area which is central to where you used to live, to everything. You might want to go further out, or you might want to go somewhere just different, maybe even a different state or a different postcode, different suburb. So we'll go 8 of Cups. Yeah. Saturn, Pisces, water. It's water again. So there's a lot of water in this. So you might have a lot of water in your chart, even if I am reading for air sign. It also says that this card represents Pisces. And chamomile's your go-to. Blue chamomile is good for you. It says here, leave behind what no longer serves or supports you and go in search of something more meaningful. You may be called to take a journey or self-discovery, to find yourself on a deeper part of yourself, or perhaps even to go on a spiritual quest of some kind. There may be a need to release and heal from the past in order to walk a higher and happier path. There are times in our life when you must journey alone. This may be one of them. What are you searching for? What do you need to leave behind so you can move forward? I walk my own path, I let go and move on. Take a walk in nature with no headphones or other distractions, just you and your journey. So that's what it's saying there. Okay, and then the next card I've got, this is people and things around you. You've got a fire sign. This is a Leo energy. So someone in your chart, someone around you is a Leo. And it's saying that don't mistake kindness for weakness. Sometimes you might be very kind to someone and they think that you're a pushover, but no, this person around you is no pushover. The grace and inner power and strength to overcome challenges, the power of kindness and forgiveness, time to embrace how wonderful you are. So strength is, because we're in Leo season, as you know, so we've just gone through a portal, the Lions Gate, which is the 8th of the 8th, 2026, and in 2 years' time it'll be the 8th of the 8th, 2028, so that'll be a very interesting karmic year. So we'll go for strength, and that's 11. I think in this deck, yep, strength. Fire, tiger's eye, which I put on there. So that's tiger's eye for protection. And it also represents an eye of a lion. So we've got here, okay, ginger would be good for a Leo if they've got an upset stomach. And the flower is sunflower, because, you know, they're very bright and they always turn towards the sun. So Leos tend to be very positive, and they always try and find the positive in a negative situation. It's also saying, and the sun card actually represents your own sun, can be, but it's strength. So I think this is more courage and bravery and patience and mastering self-control. True strength is not in how physically strong you are, but in vulnerability and being true to who you are and living with a courageous heart. Your strength is found when you anchor more deeply into love and compassion, stand up for what you believe in, and choose to live by your own moral code. You have the strength and power to overcome any challenges in your life as long as you work on mastering your emotions and mind. Live a big, bold life. Be strong and proud of who you are. Live with your heart open wide. Share your heart vulnerabilities, truth, passions, and light with the world. As you activate your inner power, you will inspire so many others to do the same. Whatever you're going through, you'll get through it with love and courage. What are my strengths? How can I live with a courageous heart? I have the strength to overcome any challenge or obstacle. I have the courage to live a big, bold, and heart-centered life. Create a simple sigil or simple symbol to represent a line. Draw it on yourself using oil. It's just like a roller ball. Like you could use one of those. And put the line somewhere on your body. Yeah. When you need courage. Visualization technique I used to do if I was really upset or worried is I would imagine that I was a cobra, and I would visualize a cobra coming up out of my body, out of my crown chakra, and attacking the person in front of me who made me feel afraid. The next card I've got is the Hermit. The Hermit is a Virgo around your hopes and fears. The Hermit is to find, or this can represent that you want to find or be a mentor to someone. Take a break from society, a commitment to your spiritual growth. So if you're studying how to do tarot card readings, or if you are a psychic medium like I am, I read energy. I see things for people with jewelry, hairbands, whatever I touch I can pick up. Mostly I'll get impressions either asleep, and sometimes through the daytime I'll see future events for myself. So I walk around in dark glasses all the time, so I don't necessarily always want to see them because they don't know what 9 to 5 is for me. I can't seem to tell them just to come to me when I'm asleep, but they sometimes come to me through the day. Not as much now, rarely, but sometimes. So the 10 of Cups around you in the Hermit, this is like you need to find a mentor to find your happiness, and that is Earth. Patchouli was good grounding energy. If you need to ground yourself, because they say if you get impressions through the day, I call them daydreams. I used to have them when I was a kid. Like I've had these ever since I was 5, 6. I'd look out the window and I'd be daydreaming. They say, well, stop daydreaming. But that's just what I did. Yeah, it's saying patchouli will ground you. Another good grounding stone is a black obsidian or smoky quartz. That's also very good for grounding. And eating root vegetables like carrots, potatoes that are grown in the ground will ground you a bit more. I mean, it works sometimes, but other times it doesn't work for me. Like sometimes if I eat potato and sweet potato, I will and carrot, I will not have any amazing future events like in my dreams. I get knowledge of the future. Like I see their psychic dreams, their future things that are coming to me or around me. Premonitions is what they call them. Yeah. So it says here, disconnect to reconnect. Spend time alone in quiet meditation and reflection as an antidote to burnout and the stresses of modern life. I think we are always in an uproar. Today you're either studying, working. I know one girl, she did 2 jobs, was studying at uni, and I don't know how she did it without burning out. But people do that today. Take time to connect with your heart, mind, and inner light, away from the noise, thoughts, opinions, and ideas of others, in order to find yourself again. As you take this time out, you may experience deep spiritual revelations and receive the guidance you've been asking for, and you will emerge well rested and recharged, ready to shine again, your light out into the world. This is not a time to take action, but rather to contemplate your journey so far and your choices and path. The Hermit can also signify a deeply spiritual person who may be you. How can I find time and space to rest and retreat? What guidance does my inner light and wisdom have for me? I'm more effective in the world when I take time to rest and recharge. My inner world is just as important as how I show up in my normal world. So take a social media break or turn off your phone. Do this for a few hours, days or weeks. I do that. I just don't answer my phone, like even to family. I just sometimes need time out because I need to reboot, reprocess, because I'm not a battery, I'm human, and we all get tired and we all get run down. If we burn out too quickly, we're trying to solve everybody else's problems and we've also got our own. It can be overwhelming, so I try not to do that anymore. So we've got a lot of cups in here. We've got 10 of cups, we have princess of cups, we've got 8 of cups. So cups is talking about a full moon that is now a waning moon. That's what it means with a lot of cups. There's also what I can see here. No, that's it. It's more cups. So it's definitely, the moon that is starting to leave, a full moon. Now the next card is the 10 of cups, which is at the end. And what did we get? No, where did I go? 10. Usually his dreams come true, happily ever after, happy home life, loving family, fulfillment, good fortune. To me, it's like the happy ever after card. It's representative of Pisces, again, water sign. It's talking about a happy couple standing under a rainbow of 10 full cups, their arms around each other, open in a gesture of receptivity. 2 children play happily by their side, and a small house stands in the distance. Prayers are answered, dreams are coming true, and desires are manifested. Happiness, happy home life, and good fortune are yours. Remember that the greatest wealth in the world is love. Enjoy quality time with the people you love and care about. Your dreams are manifesting or are in reach. Enjoy this magical time. Yes, so it says, in what ways am I blessed? What blessings am I calling in? So gratitude is usually meant to be in the afternoon. So just be grateful for all the blessings you currently have. Yeah, visualize a rainbow over your home is what it's saying. That's cute, because I've got a little niece, and she's actually just turned 10. And last time I saw her was not her birthday, it was the one before that. I said, draw something for me. What can you draw? And she drew a rainbow. And I thought that's interesting because she's a Cancerian. So I did a Cancer reading in July, and it picked up happy home. And I thought, well, that was a good sign, because she must have somehow intuitively knew that I was talking about her being the water signs. I always do water signs first in July. I didn't do fire this time around because I was pulled to do water first, and then I was pulled to do air today. So now we've got another deck called Wisdom of the Oracle. It's by Colette Baron Reid. This card, I've had this for a while, and you might notice my cards are a bit raggedy because I've had them since 2014. But they were my favourite deck, and it was from a shop called Rainbow Runner, which is not open anymore. It's really sad because it was a really good shop, and my friend owned it, and then she sold it to someone else, and he had to close because of COVID. So he tried to keep it open as long as he could, but then they went online, and I haven't found them since. I don't think they do anything anymore, so it's kind of sad. It was my favourite place to get my decks of cards, and all these crystals you see here, most of them are from there, and some of them are from Brisbane markets in South Bank. Okay, we've got 2 cards I'll pull. Message in a bottle. Ooh, that's a good card. And the next card, go to the sea. Oh, it says you need to go to the water. I dreamt about water the last 2 nights running. Every time I wear something or I touch my son's something he owns, I see the beach. So you need to be around water. It's really important for air sign. If you've got water in your chart, if you're an Aquarian, for example, they're the water bearers. They hold the water. My son's, he's a Scorpion, but he's also water, and we called him Christopher, and Christ carrier, pretty much. So 15, we have. He's a very special boy. That's my youngest. He came from one life into this life. He jumped timelines. He was one of the fallen in the Twin Towers. When I was 8 months pregnant with him, I had a vision of this baby, a 2-year-old. I was pregnant. I didn't know what I was having. And under this angel's wing, on top of this tall building with all this rubble, was my son Christopher, as a 2-year-old with all the curls. I woke up that in the middle of the night, and I just turned the television and I said something big's happening, and we watched the Twin Towers fall. So I had predicted my son and what he would look like, and I also predicted that my Uncle Robert was trying to find my mum, and he actually woke me up and said, "Where's your mum?" And she was in her room, and we were out on the couch and it's like he was in pink. He's already passed away. He passed away 2 years before that, and he said, "I've got something to tell you, Mum." And then that's what woke me up. That's what made me go, "Oh, something big's happening." So the wisdom of the oracle, we have message in a bottle. What number is that? 15. Yeah. It usually means like something big, like money is coming to you, a job, some new job is coming. Yes, Claydon, communication, a spontaneous oracle delivered innocently by the speaker, pointing the way to the highest good. Spirit sends you the sign when you ask for them, when you believe you'll receive them, and when you allow yourself to become fluent in the language of symbols, oracles and omens. They may come to you as a bird flying by, or a logo on a truck and a song on the radio. Expect confirmation that you're pointed in the right direction. Keep your ears open, for someone might say the right thing, give you the answer to your query. Today your message is that Spirit hears you and the reply is favourable. You can expect someone to favour you with a positive news. This could be in the form of a letter, a phone call, or an email. You are the intended receiver of this message, so stay open to what you learn. Only good will come of it in the end. These signs are all there. You are on the target with your purpose and your passion. You are coming into alignment with your destiny, and Spirit wants you to know that you're on the right track. Expect a call, a new opportunity, or a message from an old friend or business contact that will lead you closer to your dreams and greatest desires. Spirit has been listening to you. And then we've got, again, water. Go to the sea. You need to be around water. My other son, eldest son's girlfriend is actually on a cruise, so that's weird. So she's gone to the water. She's there for 2 days, so I think that's really good. It'll help her balance her emotions. 7. And when I met her only a week ago, I asked her, does she like, what type of exercise does she like to run or walk or swim? She said definitely walking and definitely swimming. So I thought, yep, that's definitely Aquarian. Aquarians love the water. Yes, being in the flow, returning to source, recognizing how patterns fit together, a natural pattern of events. Isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in the flow of life, when events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that is fluid and effortless? This card reminds you are going with the flow. Is exactly what you do need to do right now. I said to my son, 1 foot in front of the other, don't look too far ahead. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow like a river into the sea of life. There are points in a relationship where you have to decide to go with the flow rather than dictate the course you share with another is in your relationship. Can you let go of the need to have things your way and allow this relationship itself, your combined goals and desires, to steer the ship? Can you both transcend your personalities and allow the partnership to form its own identity, its own energy? Now's the time to just relax and see what this mutual journey leads. Everything seems to work out when you stop scrambling and allow the sea of opportunities to wash over you and wake you up to the most prosperous potential. To get into that flow, you need to address your beliefs about abundance and money. The true meaning of your personal currency lies in your skills, your talents and abilities, but most important, your core beliefs. Everything flows from your inner world and is reflected in the outer one. When grateful to serve, you align your prosperity consciousness with a higher consciousness. You can expect miracles. Everything you need will come to you easily. So don't fret for the future. Just live in the present and just take it day by day. That's all I have for you today for air signs. It's a bit of a long one, I know, but I had to get all that out.